Oh dear, Henry, how on earth did this happen? I'm sorry, sir. My brakes failed on the hill and I just couldn't keep control of my train. It's all right. I suppose these things just tend to happen. It wasn't long before Edward arrived with Rocky to help, and the two of them quickly got to work on cleaning up the mess. Later that evening, the Fat Controller pulled into Tidmouth's sheds to address the engines. Evening, everyone. Unfortunately, I have some bad news. Is it about Henry, sir? I heard about his accident this morning. Yes, indeed. Henry came off the rails this morning at the hill and is going to be out of action for quite a while. Classic Henry. Can't keep himself on the rails and then expects us to handle all of his work. Oh, yeah, like you're one to talk, James. I'm not leaving you one engine short in the busiest season, though I do have to borrow an engine from the mainland. Aye, sir, I'm sure that'll go swimmingly. And if it doesn't, I'll still be keeping an eye on things. Any other questions? And you're absolutely sure you couldn't have gotten another Sodor engine to help us? No, Gordon, I could not. The Norby branch line's already down one engine and I can't afford to spare any more. And the engines left it at that. The next morning, Gordon and Duck were waiting at Knapford. Have you been enjoying your time here, Stepney? I haven't heard from you much. Oh, yes, indeed. It's just as nice as I've remembered it. Hold on. Dennis, what are you doing here? Just then, the diesel stopped. I've had to fill in for both Charlie and Stafford since they're both being repaired. So that means we're stuck with you as our pilot. More like I'm stuck with you. What was that, Dennis? Nothing. All right, Gordon, I've got your coaches. Just then, a familiar diesel pulled in. What are you doing here? Oh my! Is that who I think it is? Oh, you're the same diesel who... Yes, it's me. Hello to all of you as well. Oh, don't tell me you're the diesel filling in for Henry. Yes, I'm afraid so. Nice to see you as well. Oh, I can't wait to tell the twins about this, chortled Duck as he left. Well, I don't want to be around you any longer than I have to be. And with that, Gordon left shortly after. Well, started the diesel, that was certainly eventful. Well, I can't say I was ever expecting to see you again. Likewise. However, I am glad you're one of the first engines I ran into. Oh, and, why's that? To put it simply, I must apologize for my previous actions when we last met. I was much younger and more ignorant then. Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind, though I must say I wasn't expecting it. Nor were I expecting to see you so soon. Well, we can certainly start over. I can tell you what, I certainly wasn't the most experienced when I was brand new. That is nice to hear. You know, I was looking for a fresh start on the island of Sodor. Things aren't like they used to be on the mainland. Well, things aren't like they used to be here either. Many things have changed. And maybe, with a little bit of time, they can accept you too. Well, thank you very much for the kind words, Stepney. Any time. Oh, sorry. I didn't catch your name. Oh, please, call me Andy. Andy started off with his train, making good time too. As he continued throughout the day, though, he was subject to more than enough teasing from many engines. Finally, that night, he pulled into Tidmouth's sheds. Oh, look who it is! Come back to insult us some more? Oh, no, nothing like that. Nonsense. I'm surprised the Fat Controller even let you return. Come on, you two. Whatever he did decades ago isn't worth this. Thank you very much. I'm just looking for a place to stay the night. Well, if you're filling in for Henry, it's best you stay here. Just hope it's clean enough for you. Andy didn't have the energy to respond, and the rest of the engines quickly fell asleep. The next morning, many engines were waiting at Knapford when Gordon angrily huffed in. Where are my coaches? They should be here at the platform waiting for me. Welcome to the club, Gordon. We don't have our trains either. What gives? Where is Dennis? Oh, great. If Dennis is shunting the yard, then that explains it. Well, I, for one, don't mind. The less time I'm coupled up to that milk tanker, the better. And you? How did you get your coaches? I shunted them myself. Well, Gordon, maybe you could learn a thing or two from him. At that moment, Diesel pulled in. Oh, where is Dennis? Because of him, I've had to take vans up from the harbor out of my schedule. No one's seen him. Half of us are waiting on our trains, too. The express is boarding soon. I cannot afford to be late. At that moment, the station master walked over to Gordon. Gordon, the express needs to leave soon. What's going on? I don't know, sir. My coaches have vanished. Regardless, this train is leaving with or without you. We might have to use the Diesel's coaches. Him? He's not fit to take the express. I would be happy to help, sir. Well, it's settled then. There's no time to swap the both of you, and you need to leave a few minutes after your passengers board. It wasn't long before Andy left the station, unexpectedly pulling the express. I bet this was all his plan. Sneak out of the sheds in the middle of the night to hide my coaches. It's disgraceful. Disgusting. Displeasurable. Oh, come on, you three. Be realistic. You really think he'd sabotage a train? Absolutely. I wouldn't put it past him. Daisy is right. You three are being irrational. The engines were uncertain. Meanwhile, Andy was making good time and passed Donald and Douglas on the main line. Aye, we heard about what happened at Knapford. Aye, young Diesel is a coach thief. Give Gordon his train back. Andy couldn't believe what he was hearing. Feeling defeated, he finally pulled into Marin Station to refuel. To his surprise, Stepney was waiting on the other platform. Hello, Stepney, he sighed. Hello, Andy. What's the matter? You look glum. Andy explained the entire situation, and what the Scottish twins had called him. Oh, now that's just a lie. You were arrogant back then, but you'd never do something like that. You're right, but they're convinced, and I don't think there's a way to change their minds. Well, sure there is. You're missing something kind of obvious. Please, enlighten me. Simple. We find the coaches. I suppose that could do the trick, but where do we look? Meet me back at Knapford this evening, and we'll go from there. Don't worry, Andy. We'll get this sorted. Later on in the evening, the two arrived at the station to find Gordon. Oh, hello, Gordon. Nice to see you here. Can I help you too? Yes, as a matter of fact. We're going to go look for your coaches. And what's it to you? I, for one, would like to prove that I didn't steal anything. Very well, then. Oh, why don't you come with us, Gordon? If I must. The three of them arrived in the yard, and Gordon found his answer. My coaches! Dennis! Get out of there! Oh, hello, everyone. What's the occasion? What are you doing in the carriage shed? Oh, you have no idea how cozy these sheds are. And you have no idea how angry Sir Topham Hatt is going to be. About what? Look at the sky. It's still early in the morning. Dennis, it is 4 p.m. Get out of the sheds. Yeah, you've caused some serious delays, mate. Dennis looked over at the coaches. Oh dear. Later that evening, Sir Topham Hatt called a meeting with some of his engines. Listen, D261, Andy. Right, Andy. I must apologize for my actions earlier today and last night. I believe I treated you unfairly and assumed that you did something that you obviously did not. Yeah, we're sorry. We heard the whole story. It was a bit too easy to jump to conclusions. I, for one, am just glad it's all settled. Yes, indeed. Andy, I'd like to apologize for the, incidents that have happened over the past few days. What about Dennis, sir? He's the reason all this happened. Indeed. That lazy Diesel can't be trusted. Don't worry, I've already dealt with him. He's been sent back to Normanby strictly on fish trains for the foreseeable future. Now, Andy, I've been on the phone with your controller, and seeing as you don't get much use on the other railway, he's agreed to let you stay. I need all the help I can get with Henry gone and mainline traffic increasing. Yes, indeed, sir. I would be honored. Well, congratulations, Andy. Now, while I go finalize everything, I would like you all to give Andy a much warmer welcome. Thank you once again, sir. I shall make the most of my time here on Sodor. Congratulations, Andy. Aye, you've earned it. Yes, indeed. Welcome to the railway, Andy. The Diesel couldn't have been more proud to finally be one of the Fat Controller's engines.